Hello, my friends, and welcome to this week's episode of the Greenlight Weekend Podcast. As always, I am your host, Brian Nystrom, and I am sleepy as shit. So this intro is just going to be for promotion. We do have Emma Z and Shelby Campbell on the episode today. Very fun. Jadrian was here. It was a motherfucking party, and yeah, I think you're going to enjoy it. But before we get into that, let's talk about our sponsor. Our sponsor is Dead Room Comedy. Dead Room Comedy is a comedy group and production company based in Denver, Colorado. You've heard it all before, but there are 4 very funny stand-up comedians that have teamed up to be fucking unstoppable. They are doing big things, and I love them. Go follow them on social media at Dead Room Comedy. Yeah, check out their YouTube channel, which is called Dead Room Comedy, and their website, deadroomcomedy.com. Now that we got that out of the way, let's promote some shows. As you know, we have an open mic every Monday at Starlight Lounge starting at 8 o'clock, hosted by the beautiful Emma Z. Every Tuesday, we have a open mic at 11th Street Station. I am the current host, but life is getting crazy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with that, but please go support the show. I will always be there. I just may not be running the goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? But I am running a show in Dolores, April 23rd. It's going to be a fucking party. It is the Greenlight Weekend Presents 420 special comedy show. And for a special show, I thought we needed a special headliner, so I called in my boy Steph Darnell. Steph Darnell is originally from Atlanta. He lives in Albuquerque now, and he is a fucking murderer. He is such a goddamn good comic. I've never actually seen him headline. I've only seen him feature because he's traveling with Buck D, and Buck D's a monster, and I understand. But yeah, I'm so excited to see him do a full headlining set at Dolores River Brewery. He's going to fuck those white people up, and I cannot wait. Let's see what else we got. The day before that, April 22nd, I'm doing a drag show in Farmington. Yeah, the only straight white male on the motherfucking ticket. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be fun. It is a 420 show. Apparently, they're going to have a free dab bar. I do not know how long that is legally gonna stand because you're not legally allowed to smoke weed in establishments yet. Nobody has that yet that I'm aware of, but whatever. I'm going to take a couple dabs before it gets shut down. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to do a set. And if the cops come, your boy's running out the back door. Let's see. 425, April 25th, next Monday, this coming Monday, Emma Z is doing a headlining 30-minute set at the open mic at Starlight. The last Monday of every month, she does a 30-minute feature spot. It's a headlining spot. But she is doing the 30 minutes. It's her birthday month. She's been running that show for over 2 years. She's fucking crushing it. So she's going to do 30. Bailey Carlson is opening for her, and Jill Carlson is the motherfucking host. So you know it's going to be a good time. I will be there. Sorry I'm swallowing so much. I don't know what's happening. I've been working on a farm all day, and your boy is parched. Yeah, and tonight, if you're listening to this on Friday, the day it came out, tonight is quite possibly the best open mic in town. It is once a month. It is run by Taylor Lennox, and it is at Outdoorsy Cidery. It's on Main Street in Durango, across from the Starlight Lounge. You will find a cidery called Outdoorsy, and if you show up on Friday at 8 o'clock, you will hear some banger-ass comedy. Last month was the first one, and it was so goddamn good. So good. I cannot wait for tonight. Can't wait for tonight. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. I'm tired. So before I make an ass out of myself, let's go ahead and get into this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 179 with the one and only Emma Z and, of course, Shelby Campbell. Let's get into it. We're just starting. Who gives a shit?
Okay.
Yes. I have cancer. It's girls night out.
Woo!
We got the ladies on today.
Girls high noon.
Obviously, Emma Z is here. And a new face, Shelby Campbell.
Hi, internet.
Shelby is Durango's very own comedy cuck. She's the best audience member. She shows up and supports all the time. and she's just a friend, so she's here.
Oh, thanks.
And she got some TikTok traction. The last time I had a video go semi-viral, everybody in the comments were like, "Oh my god, that girl's laugh is amazing."
No, someone said I was an injured duck.
A lot of people said your laugh was amazing.
Injured duck, huh?
Yeah, I was like, someone help that.
Fucking nailed that.
That was great timing.
Hell yeah. There's a hype button.
Oh, nice.
If something gets very exciting, or it's a good roast, or the best is when somebody tries to make a joke and everybody's silent, then you hit it.
Love it.
It's
then
like
you-
the golden buzzer.
Right.
Can we bring that to the Starlight open mic for awkward evenings?
I've thought about it a lot, but it's not as loud as you think.
That's fair.
Yeah, I would try to use it at the spelling bee,
Oh, yeah.
and even with a mic up to it, you could barely. But it was loud as fuck in there for Snowdown, so
yeah,
it's really hard to say if. But yeah, we can bring it.
I like it.
The other one broke because we would fucking bam.
Right.
Couldn't you just use like an air horn, like those things?
I don't know if you're legally allowed to use them inside. I think you
Yeah.
can really cause damage.
They sell them at dollar stores, like a shitty one.
Oh, a shitty one?
Yeah.
I
Low
never-
quality air horn.
I never think about buying the shitty one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always want the aggressive one. I want somebody to crash their car because they're driving poorly, and I go by. I'm like, "Brr!" And I just.
Or you could get the little bell, the honker for kids' bikes. And wah, wah.
Oh my god, I like that so
It's
much
like
better.
super hacky.
Yeah.
Just the hack noise.
Yeah.
I could be into that.
Yeah.
I'll hit the button. I like being the one that shits on comics when they're on stage. You know what I mean? And I like being the comic that when there's a heckler, that when I go up, I put them in their place.
Yeah. You did well last
I
night.
try to
at that.
defend my fucking friends. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Oh, Tatooine.
Yes.
the
You look-
dogs didn't freak out or anything.
He looks. Why do you look like an undercover spy?
I was thinking he looked kind of like a cop.
He's like the security guard to your being
Wait, I
an
wanna wear
undercover
my-
celebrity
I want to wear
earlier.
my sunglasses. I got my contacts on. Yeah.
When you wear glasses and you wear your contacts, it is cool to wear sunglasses.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a
super cool.
special treat.
No, those are sick too, dude.
Bangs.
You got the rimless bottoms?
Yeah, these are
Fuck yeah.
Ray-Bans. I
Fuck
spent way
yeah.
too much on these.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
All
The
of my
only
glasses I get for
sunglasses-
free.
these are the only sunglasses I've ever
Everybody at this table is wearing a form of eyewear now.
Fantastic.
I have
Look
two
at
on.
us.
Contacts.
Oh, okay.
I have to wear these.
Look at you.
I have to wear these because of the window.
I can close the curtain.
I can't see it.
I had it open to warm up this room because it
Oh,
was
I'm-
like 62 degrees.
I'm completely teasing, but I am gonna make these my entire identity now.
You should.
I'm gonna slowly turn into just a fully uniformed cop.
Dude,
I was gonna say you do look like, honestly, you look like a super trooper, not a cop. You know, like yeah.
That's exactly what I want to do.
they were playing cops.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? That's kind of a
Can I
cop.
be a plain cop?
Huh?
Oh.
But you're only like a comedy cop. Like I wouldn't take you seriously as an actual cop, but I would take you
What about like a
seriously as
stripper cop?
Yeah, I was just thinking get like one of those
Okay.
sexy outfits.
Alright,
that
fair
too.
enough. Okay,
but
cool.
I
Dope.
also could see you like alongside like Bill Hader in some buddy cop movie that is like purely for entertainment value.
Oh, that's great.
Blues Brothers.
Coming out next summer. Me and Bill Hader.
I
That'd
thought
be
you already
sick.
came out.
Dude, what
Adrian.
happened to Bill Hader? Have you seen him in anything in a while?
Uh,
or did he
He's
just
on
get-
Barry on HBO.
Oh, right. I don't watch HBO shit because I
Don't have HBO.
I also
I do
think,
have HBO and
Oh.
I'm just lazy.
Oh.
I also think when you get to that point, because Bill Hader is just another level, like
Legend.
compared to like Tom Segura or
That's
like
true.
any of those huge names. Like he's just on such another level that I'm sure he does like his one project, and the rest of the time he just spends like with his fucking family or whatever.
That's fair. Also, he definitely bridged that gap. Him and Kristen Wiig did it together as an SNL pair where they were just like, we are the comedy supremes, but let's go make this super depressing drama movie where we're amazing actors and you want to kill yourself after the film.
Yeah.
And after that, they've been doing lots of drama roles, which is great. I just miss Bill Hader doing the silly voices on SNL.
I mean that is actually the goal. Like this weekend I was having a conversation with somebody and I was like, I used to think that my goal was just like I want to make as many people happy as at once. like at one time. But now the goal has kind of changed to where I'm just like, no, I just want to make people feel something like genuine, because there are a lot of times when we hide our genuine emotions or like like hide our genuine emotions or don't realize when they're happening or experience them like in real time. And that's something beautiful about media in itself, is that you get to experience these emotions while you're in like a plain state.
Beautiful.
And I feel like media in general, like everybody's looking at their phones when they're alone. So you get it's like,
You almost get their undivided attention.
it's extremely unique situation where you not only do you get their undivided attention, but they're alone, therefore aren't worried about being judged.
Mm-hmm.
So you could make somebody genuinely cry because nobody's around them. You know what I mean? Whereas at a comedy show, you don't really, the crowd is more self-conscious than the comic. Maybe. You know what I mean? Like,
I think they're a little in their own head. Like, there is definitely a lot of insecurity that comes with just being a crowd.
mm-hmm.
Because they have to be comfortable enough to be like, oh, that's dark. Like, if they're there with a date, or like anybody
That's
that
my
they know,
favorite. First date.
like, and they hear
love
something dark and they might not know that person as much, they're gonna look at that person.
That's fair.
And instead of just being like, no, I'm gonna be myself and I'm gonna laugh myself. Like, it's such an interesting dynamic to have in that way.
Well, I mean, like, before I started going or like actually doing stand-up, I went to the ranch open mics like religiously every single week, because I was, one, living above the ranch, and two, dating a dude who was already addicted to those shows. So we started going together, and it was so interesting because I wanted to just get into it and like laugh at everybody, but he was like a judgmental asshole, and so he would be sitting there and be like, I heard this joke last week. And, you know, I would like sit there and like be judgy with him, not really knowing like, yeah,
Like,
you're
what's-
going to hear the same joke over and over and over again, because that's how the dude fucking works on it, you know? But like, I remember at first being like, oh my God, these guys are hacks because they're telling the same jokes over and over again. And then, you know, but like sitting there as an audience member, I wanted to cackle like Shelby does
I
so
don't
badly.
cackle,
But
I snort.
I was dating
Little
a
piggy
You cackle and snort.
Yeah, it's a combo thing for sure.
gets really snorty doing allergies.
No, I appreciate with every comic that comes up, it's like the first time you've ever heard the joke.
That was Jadrian for the first year and a half.
Yeah, straight up, man.
I remember when, like, at open mics, people would yell at you for laughing, and you weren't part of the scene yet, so it was just like, this fucking guy over here needs to shut up because his laugh is ridiculous, and
And he
now
would be in the front row. I remember
the thing
thinking
that
like,
sucks most about that is I was just so excited to be there.
yeah,
And I was so nervous to talk to everybody. I'm just scared in the front, just like, this is the only joy I can experience.
dude. Once you make friends with all the comics, comedy is the best. You
Oh,
show up
yeah.
and you're like, hey.
Yeah.
But before you make friends with all the comics, it is the most nerve-wracking, weird situation where you're like, I'm gonna try to make them like me, and you
Yep.
like sign your name up, and then you try to like join in on a conversation, and everybody just looks at you.
I mean, that
it
is kind of similar with like any job, though, right?
For sure.
Oh, for sure. I remember, like, when I first started, I was, like, scared shitless of Dave and Kat. Like, so badly. And now, like, I'm just like, really? Like,
They're
I was
just like
scared.
the nicest people.
They're the
Yeah.
nicest people, but, like, I remember just being like, oh my God, I'm signing up. Like, I hope this guy, like, thinks I'm funny. And then Kat was sitting, like, right front and center like she did, and she was just staring me down, and I like made direct eye contact with her, and that's where I had to stop making eye contact with the crowd for a very long time, because I looked at her and she wasn't laughing, and she just looked really focused, and like I didn't realize it was focus at that point. In the moment, I was like, she's judging me so hard right now, you know? And I was
Every word.
just like, I'm gonna die up here.
Kat has literally trained herself to be like the comedy critic. Like,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
tell Kat a joke and be like, is this funny? And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, change these 2 words and you'll fucking crush.
No, she's amazing at that. Yeah, the few times that I've actually gone to her for advice, like, she's definitely punched up a few jokes.
Isn't it funny that we all feared judgment from a junkie? Isn't that funny?
That is funny, but I
Hey,
do
I
still
think
feel
that-
I still do fear judgment from all my Oklahoma family, so it's about the same thing.
Honestly, I feel like judgment from a recovered junkie is like more potent than judgment from a regular junkie.
Fair enough,
You know
because
what
they
I mean?
are better than us.
Like, not to.
He was still an alcoholic. Let's be honest. He still had a vice. He's much better now. He's a much better person, I would say, in Atlanta. But it is easy to fall into the trap of just like drinking every day in Durango, like
Oh my God.
especially if you live within walking distance,
Mm-hmm.
where the only time you drive is to get groceries.
Yeah, I can't even imagine if we still drank.
Dude,
Like,
I'm so happy that we don't.
I love it so much. Alcohol helps me through so many hard times.
yeah, I know that. I know that, man.
I'll deal with it one day.
I get cravings. I've been having cravings lately because it's that time of year where, like, even when I was still drinking, I'd be like, woo, party rage. Because it's like,
Warm.
you know,
It's
it's
starting to
warming.
get warm,
It's
yeah.
warming up. And so I'm watching, like, you know, old buddies, like, Snapchat stories, and they're at fucking paradise, just like, you know, DJing and shit. And I'm just like,
It's still so cold.
that sounds really nice, though. I want to sit out there with my butt out, like, listening to cool music and getting drunk. And then I'm like, no, I don't. Not the getting drunk part. Like, I can still do the other things, but here's the thing, is that I smoke so much weed that I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be around other people. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's the best part about weed.
I mean, it
I
is
get-
great, but you have to find a certain group. Like whenever you're sober, like there have to be either drunk people that you trust while they're drunk to like keep their shit together,
Oh my God,
That's
would
fair.
you trust me?
or people who just smoke weed. Like
Yeah.
That's fair.
yeah, because that's a little rough. Like I would have never like been able to like go out with you the last time if
You were worried.
if I didn't know anybody like there. Like
Mm.
if I didn't know Tony and Anthony and like get introduced to everybody that was there, I couldn't have done it because I wouldn't have trusted the situation that I was in.
Oh, right. But you felt... Yeah, but you're a comic, man. You're
Yeah,
going to
I
have
know.
to do that no matter what.
This is true.
If
It
you want
is-
to
it is
break
going
into
to
a
have
new
to be
scene, you are
something that
going to
I
be
get over.
alone at some point.
Yeah.
Just like when we all started, just like looking around. Luckily, I met Dave and he did a podcast with me before. That's what got me to do comedy. We met Dave. I was like, oh, a comedian? Awesome. Had him on. And he's like, dude, just fucking do it. And then when I showed up, he was like, hey. So I might have had it a little easier than you guys.
Yeah. Speaking of doing comedy, you have done comedy before.
I did.
And you did
once.
good.
I got
Yeah, you
second
did
place.
good.
I was a judge.
I
J
forgot
Train
about-
might no.
You weren't
there.
a judge. Josh
No, I was
Fournier.
one of the coaches.
Fournier.
Yeah.
Who, oh, and the Lubin.
But yeah, man.
He who shall not be named.
Oh, you mean the guy we name dropped like 8 times last week?
We gave it to him. Pretty. I hope he didn't listen to that kind of.
God, I hope he listened to that.
We went fucking hard.
I should have
Devil
done better. I
angel
tried to
over
bribe.
here.
I tried to bribe Sean with like a Durango Joe's gift card
To do what?
to
Quit?
make me win the
Oh.
contest.
Oh.
That gift card was worth more than all the prizes combined.
Yeah, you spent more money
I
on the
don't-
bribe.
I don't like Durango Joe's. It was a Christmas present. It was free. I
Oh.
still have it if you want to know.
Yeah, I need that, dude. It's like
Yeah.
right next to my workplace, and I'm always wanting more coffee, especially now that I'm in retail, because I have to be like, hi.
Like ready
How
to
are
talk
you
to people.
today? And it takes a lot of caffeine
Yeah,
to
straight
want to
up.
do
I
that.
slammed
I-
3 Red Bulls before I actually got here.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. Because I had used all of my fucking energy at work. Like, I'm fucking amped right now.
Fuck yeah, you're gonna crash right before the mic, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Middle of therapy.
No, there have been a couple times where I've accidentally fallen asleep during group therapy because because we do it on Zoom. Like so I'll just be like listening and just like doze off and then they'll call my name and just be like, "Hey, are you still there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still here."
My daughter was in the room. I put it on mute.
I usually say I was in the bathroom.
Type
I
move.
forgot to take it off.
Sorry, I was taking a shit.
Oh, that's the best part about doing group therapy over the phone.
Taking a shit?
It's putting it on mute and then going to take a shit.
Right.
Can they make you participate still then if it's on the phone?
I mean, I have while I'm taking a shit. Like I'll
I'm
just
not surprised. I think I've heard that a couple times, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's what I thought
he's
I
pooping
heard
and
in
talking,
Arizona.
and oh yeah.
I was in the fucking living room of Bianca's. This guy's taking a shit practicing his characters.
Listen.
Like a fucking voice actor.
Yeah, you didn't know that he does that?
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, dude, that is a frequent occurrence at home.
Really?
I've gotten so used to living with Jadrian and just like the way that he is as a person at all hours of the day that like when other people move in, or like for example when you moved in and she who shall not be named was still living there and she's like, what the fuck, like why is he singing in the morning? And I was like, oh, that's pretty normal, like that's not even the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, he quit drinking. Didn't you hear? He's all fucking.
And like the thing is that because you're weird as hell all the time, it's given me permission to be weird as hell all the time, and so I now go around in public just like singing my thoughts.
Yeah, dude, that's one of the reasons why I try to like maintain that, is because like I was always told to not be fucking weird. I was always told to be quieter, be less loud, be less myself.
I feel like that's most kids, though.
I mean, yeah,
You're like,
a
hey,
lot of kids.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah. There have been very few situations where I've had to tell my daughter the same thing, where I'm just like, hey, not right now.
Yeah.
We'll run laps around the house later.
Yeah,
All right, I
like,
promise.
We'll do something fun later, but right now is not the time.
Funeral.
A funeral? No, that's not a good time.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
When kids can't be themselves.
Oh, that's when they can't be.
Actually, no, that's when I want a kid to be the most themselves.
Yeah, give him the mic. Here. Get in there, kid.
Ronnie, what happened to you? Uncle Ronnie?
Oh my God.
Do you have a brother named Ronnie? That's what would make it fucking.
No, that's just one of my favorite names to use
Ah.
for like just a random person.
I feel like I feel like that's a good like trick for stage, is to have a name like Ronnie. I don't think there's that many of them. You know what I mean? Like Greg's a risk.
Greg is a little
Dave.
easy. You could use a Martha.
You could use Sean.
Martha would be great.
From now
Lubin.
on.
Specifically.
From now on.
No.
Uncle Sean! What happened?
He took too many drugs in the woods and he killed himself.
I think based on the first podcast, everybody gets it. When I was in shock and awe while he was telling stories, it's just like,
Oh man! All right, that one got a
Now
little
I feel
dark.
bad that I
Can
haven't
you can you tell that I'm still carrying a little bit?
I thought you were gonna say, "Can you edit that out?"
No.
No, that's the Instagram clip, my man.
What were you guys talking about before I showed up?
For the 4 minutes of recording before you showed
Oh,
up.
okay, great. So I wasn't even that late.
Well,
No.
that
Yeah.
and I confused astrology with a life-threatening disease.
Yeah, I was
Oh, yeah.
talking about I want to
AIDS? Was it AIDS?
Not the Hibs, no.
I was talking about how I would like to look at Brian Nystrom's astrological chart because I just like, yes, he's a Cancer, and I realized
No,
that
you
when he's
said
having-
yes, you have cancer in you.
Oh yeah,
That is
I was
what
like,
you said.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
That's why I still drink.
No,
Fuck it.
lots of cancer going on in there.
A bottle of whiskey, that's for the day I'm dying, all right?
it's from hanging out with all the smokers.
Oh man, God.
And I was like, what? You have cancer inside? No,
This is a good time.
don't do that.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't late, man. I was like super freaking out. Yelled at Brandon.
Nice. I love it when you're in a rush, like the emotions you feel towards other people where you're like, God damn it! Get the fuck out of my way! I gotta go! I've been doing this, I've been planning on this all day. Work fucked me, and now you?
Yeah, dude. Straight up.
Dude, I have so many less of those moments since I don't work in a restaurant anymore. And because they say your shift's off at 3. It's never once been 3. Not
Yeah.
ever, never. And I was always late. Like, showing Cortez, and somebody was late, and I'm fucked.
Yeah,
So cool. And that was when I first started, so I didn't know I could be like, hey, I have a comedy show in an hour in fucking Cortez. And they'd be like, cool, get out of here.
Yep.
You know, towards the end, I was just go to the manager and be like, yo, I need you to cover me. Like, for real.
I immediately started doing that after the very first show that I got booked on. I was like, hey, I'm out of here an hour early. I don't care. It wasn't even a question. Like, it's never been a question. It's just like, no, I'm leaving at this time. get somebody here or you're fucked. I have comedy to go do.
I had one
That's how I
job where they were like not very understanding of that, and it was actually my last job. And you know, the main boss would be like, well, if you leave now, and I'm like, I literally told you when I first started working here that comedy will always be the priority, because I'm not out here trying to be the world's best line cook, and I'm not really trying to be the world's best comic either, because you know.
But like it's still higher on the fucking priority sheet
exactly.
than
I'm like,
being at work. Like
yeah. Also,
Yeah, than a fucking job.
yeah. Like,
a job where I'm not really getting paid that much money to do like a shit ton of work,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, you can sit the fuck down and shut up, sir, because I am leaving.
that's one of the reasons why I like working where I'm at now, is because like Mark knows that like, no, this is just a job to you guys. Like, I get that. Like, we're gonna try to take care of you as best as we can so that, you know, it doesn't suck as much as jobs do, but like, I understand that it's just a job.
Yeah, it sucks when rich people are like, you know, expect you to care about the job as much as they care about the business,
Yeah.
but they don't care about your bills as much as it fucks with you every single day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to give a fuck, but you work for a dude that's not like, I don't think I'm talking shit. He's not like rich, you know what I mean? Like, he's trying to get there, and he's closer to us than a lot of people we've worked for in the past, probably.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we are broke, so if you want to Cash App us at any time to tip us for the wonderful performances that we all put on.
A comedy or here?
Everywhere, anywhere you see us, if you
should wear a shirt
if
with
you
your
had a good
Cash App or
conversation, I'll take a tip, man.
I use only
if I made-
Venmo, but yes, I also will take a tip,
Yeah.
man. I'm poor as shit,
If
and I
I
have cats
if I
to
made
feed.
you laugh on the street, I will take $1. Like, I'm struggling out here, y'all.
We are.
I do kind of feel like I deserve a tip.
Yeah,
for
you do. Like,
before comedy, I give people a way better show than I do on stage. Like, I'm trying to warm up and loosey-goosey, and there's 4 of us in the bar.
yeah.
And I get involved in the conversation between Carlos and the one table.
Yeah.
And I just fucking crush, bro. Then I'm like, oh, it's going to be a good night. And then I go up there and eat shit for 8 minutes.
I honestly think that's one of the reasons why that room ends up being so great. Like, last night was a fantastic night.
I had
Yeah.
fun.
And I think all of the comics doing that, because we all do, it creates that environment of like, oh, these guys are here to fucking have fun.
Yeah.
Like they don't just get a show when we're there. We're also warming up. We're putting on a show beforehand as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, we're like the animals at the zoo. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
a petting zoo, though,
Yeah,
because you
it's
can
a
interact with them.
that's not bad.
The comedy petting zoo.
Okay, me and Shelby are getting really queer over here, and you guys just...
I was like, I like that.
It's fine. We usually film for the OnlyFans afterwards, but
That's the intro.
I
yeah.
did not
we're gonna have
agree
to do
to
some
that.
cuts.
Yeah, when you pet my dog, you were basically
Shelby did. I
signing a
paid him $40.
contract.
Or Bradley did. I paid him $40. Sorry.
For Bradley, maybe I'm much more expensive.
I believe that.
No, it's fair. He's
Bradley seems resourceful.
Money wise, no. He's
Bradley is
no.
Shelby's husband. He's a great guy.
No.
Oh, I was like, I think Brian knows that, but yeah, this is on the internet, right?
Everybody should know that you have a husband named Bradley.
No, it's actually Spock. That's why I wore the shirt.
Oh my
No.
god.
I'm going to get my girl a shirt with my face on it with like my most intimidating. Oh, it should say Mariposa.
Oh my god, I would buy that
Yeah,
t-shirt.
why do you not have a t-shirt on? Dude, it's
I'm
just
fucking
your
poor,
it's,
bro.
It's just your face on like a butterfly
Just-
body.
Ooh.
Like-
Do the Elliot Weber. Come out as bisexual.
I honestly want butterfly wings on Brian, you know, just a picture of him doing stand-up with the stance, you know, and then
That's actually.
That's
they call me
pretty dope.
Mariposa,
Yeah, your boy's a prop.
and then just
Prop
big
cover
ass
now.
monarch wings on the back, you know, Mariposa and like 1970s
No, on the
lettering
t-shirt
underneath.
like
yeah.
that.
No, just in general, you could wear wings more often.
You know what?
I could. I feel like it makes me a target.
But it would distract from the ears.
I'm always wearing headphones. These fucking people don't know, all right? They don't know about the ears.
We talk to every single one of our listeners at least twice a week.
Emma's here. There'll be more.
Do you guys have a lot of listeners?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we actually get a few.
We have a gay dude or a woman on.
Yeah.
Jadrian, you could just like do one for the team and act more gay.
He's said a lot of gay shit.
Yeah, you don't listen to the podcast.
I don't.
I say a lot of gay shit. Actually, all the time. All the time.
I know. I was like, do it here more, but I guess you probably.
No, that's kind of it's part of my thing.
Sexually ambiguous.
Yeah, I'll never say that I'm straight up bi. It's just exactly that, sexually ambiguous.
Actually, we've had many drunken conversations about it that I'll never divulge, like, on...
You can
The
do that right
internet,
now.
but yeah.
No,
Why are you
that's,
here?
yeah, that's what this is for me.
I just
To
remember...
put all my deepest, darkest
I mean-
secrets on the internet.
Hey, man, if you want to go into it, we can go into it. I just remember having a neighbor back in the day that you would get drunk and then be like, I texted this person and I feel weird about it. And I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Did
you have a
Matt,
crush?
there was a whole fucking thing. This was the birthday that me and the baby mama like broke up before I found out that she was pregnant with our daughter.
Oh, wow.
We went on this huge fucking like mushroom trip, and we went over to a friend's house, and like that friend is like a shaman, like. And
So you had a crush.
I found him very interesting. I actually, now that everything is kind of like come full circle, I'm just like, no, that was just a weird point in my life where like it was very interesting. It was cool to talk to. The baby mama was a little jealous, albeit fairly. I did cheat on her. So I didn't hang out with anybody like other straight dudes or with chicks, because the straight dudes would take me places with straight chicks. And
you'd fuck them.
and
Is that what you're saying?
no, but that was why I hung out with the only safe bet, which was the interesting magical dude that happened to be gay.
Did he read tarot cards?
Yeah. No, it was into like the whole shebang. But anyways,
Did he wear a wizard's hat?
Oh my god, did he?
No. We used to do like...
more like Native American. Think Native American
Oh.
shamans.
Well, you didn't
leather
say that.
wizard
So
hat.
feather and headdress.
You can say that because you're native.
Native American approved.
I love it. That's all this podcast was ever missing. Diversity, goddammit. We can say so much more things now that Jadrian's here.
You weren't even at the last powwow.
I know.
That
But
was Shelby.
anyways, the baby mama was like, "You have a crush on him," and I was like, "No, I don't." And then I was like, "Maybe I'm gay." She was like, "I think you're gay," and I was like, "I'm definitely gay, and I love that dude."
Nice.
Did you tell him?
Yeah, we were alone when we had this conversation, and like we walked back to the party, and I burst in the door, and I was like, "I've had a like, dude, I'm so fucking dramatic on mushrooms." I was so fucking dramatic, and I like busted, and I'm like, "I fucking love you, man. Like, I love you," and he's just like, "No, you don't, man. You're just on a lot of mushrooms."
least he handled it well.
Yeah, and I was like, no, seriously. And I was like, da 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 da, and she said, and da 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 da, and they said, and da 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 da, and like it was this whole fucking like rabbit hole that I had just fallen down to in this like mushroom trip. Finally, he took me outside, and he was just like, kiss me, and I fucking laid it on him. I gave it everything I had.
Have you ever told this on stage?
I think I did once. Never in like this much detail. I'm definitely going to now.
This is a fantastic story.
But I lay it on him and I pull back and I'm just like, yeah, dude, you're right. I don't love you.
Kiss don't lie, huh?
Kiss don't lie, dude. The kiss don't lie. And I go back into the party and, and I'm just like, yeah, I was completely wrong about all that. Just
It's like, forget about all that shit.
everything that happened in the last like 30 minutes. Just forget all that shit. That was weird.
As Theo Vaughn would say, drug-induced homosexuality.
That's exactly what that was.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh my god.
there's a reason why my dad's scared to do mushrooms. And I think that's the reason.
But yeah, that
I don't think he wants to open his mind that much. You know what I mean? He's just like, nope, this is working out for me. I'm good.
oh man. But then me and the baby mama were still broken up. And like so
Did she break up with you because she thought you were gay?
well, man, honestly,
Did that factor in?
honestly, I think both of us were just looking for an excuse.
Oh, no, dude. That's beautiful. You got to take a hit for the
Yeah.
freedom.
I'm gay now. Let's get out of this relationship.
Funny,
Maybe that's
funny
what
thing
Elliot
is
did.
that she's gay now.
They,
She was projecting.
I'm trying to help you with that because I know, like, didn't your baby mama come out as non-binary?
Yes, non-binary. She is non-binary.
So
Yeah,
not
use the right
specifically-
word, you piece
they-
of
Not
shit.
specifically. They are.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean
No,
to
no,
be like.
no, it's fair. No, you're
Then
you're
what
right.
term
But-
would it be? Baby parent?
Honestly, we don't know either.
She hasn't yelled at him yet. Just keep it rolling,
We have
dog.
talked about it maybe like once or twice before, but neither of us know. We're just like, it seems to work. It's so
good for
the
them.
vessel.
yes.
The vessel?
That's horrifying.
Go speak to your vessel, child.
The mothership. I don't know.
I'm glad you said that.
It's like the
not
Borg
me.
queen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just like a whole week of trauma, and I don't even remember how we got to this story.
Magic guy.
Why were
He
we were
didn't-
talking? You were talking about how you talk about a lot of gay shit and
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. And like because that was all traumatic, and like I left like Durango and I went back home for a while. Found out that the baby
terrible
mama was found out that the baby mama was pregnant. Went to jail.
Because you had time to do.
Baby. Yeah.
You had time to do, and you found out you were about to be a father, and you were like, all right,
No.
now's the time.
Yeah.
What a man.
what a man. What
Yeah,
a
but
man.
but for a while I was just like, am I gay?
Hey, man.
But
That's cool.
Sexually ambiguous. That's how we got here. Was being more sexually ambiguous.
Jadrian Long, sexually ambiguous. That's your first special name.
All right.
I love that.
Write that down.
Honestly, I get that though, being like sexually ambiguous, because I don't know what the fuck is going on with me right now. Like, I, recently was like, I'm asexual, and then I'm like, I don't know, I'm pretty horny all the time, but I just don't want to have sex with another person. So
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, I don't think so.
I
Like,
mean, I definitely.
based on what I know about her, I don't think so.
Hey man, I'm going through a process here, but like I don't know, when I like actually visualize having sex with another person, I'm just like,
Yeah, you
fucking
just
no thank you, sir.
you're just scared of everything that comes
enough.
with it.
That's true. Like I am so set on being on my own right now because that's like how I function best, Like I mean, having friends
I'm the
and shit.
opposite. I need to
Yeah.
be held accountable.
I give too much of myself away for other people, and like, cause especially I don't know, because I'm a strong, like, outspoken woman who dresses like a hooker 90% of the time, and like does.
It's her first podcast.
All right.
It's
First
my
podcast.
husband.
If it ever fucking happens again, Shelby.
If you answer this, I'm gonna murder you.
You want to talk to Bradley?
No. No, that $40 is gone. All right.
I'll talk to him later.
Yeah, we already talked about which glory hole we're gonna meet up at.
What were we talking?
I don't
I
know.
don't remember.
You were
I
talking
ruined
about dressing
everything.
like a hooker and wanting to be by yourself.
Oh yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
doing
yeah.
better.
Well, I
Your
think,
words.
you know, it's just because like, as a woman, I am expected to sit in this certain specific role in a relationship, you know, and a lot of people like will see.
for a lot of people. Yeah.
Like I
Me.
just keep having this recurring thing in my relationships where like people are like, "Oh, look at her. She's so fun and interesting and loud and exciting," and I'm into that. But as soon as we're together, I want you to not be those things. And then I'm like, hold the fucking phone. Like, you're not so special that I'm just going to start dressing like a 95-year-old woman because you want me to. And, like, not tell the jokes that I was telling before because it makes you uncomfortable. Like, you can't just
Fair
sit
enough.
here and, like, try
it's
and
kind
sense-
of happened twice.
More than that, like
Yeah.
even
Well, that
before
I've
I
seen,
was like doing comedy, like I would have boyfriends who were like, "Don't wear red lipstick, don't wear that in public," or like, "Are you really gonna dye your hair pink? Because I don't want you to have your hair that color. You're better as a blonde." And it's just like, who gave you permission to like have this much like input on what I do with my own fucking face
Yeah.
and hair?
It's
and
really
time?
fun to do
No,
that
you
to
get
men,
to
though.
do your own shit.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm just like, I just am really tired of like finding out that people, once they're like dating me, suddenly need to have control over like how I present myself to the world, because it's never in the beginning when you're like first dating. It's when things get serious and you're emotionally invested in them that they're like, you know what? I think you need to tone it the fuck down for my comfort level. And then I'm like, no, but I am young and hot, so why would I not wear bras whenever I can, because I have the small titties to do so, you know? And like the B, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Seems fair.
it makes me happy, even though strangers look at me like they want to set me on fire because I'm murdering their kids with my...
With your womanly prowess.
Yes, I don't know. I'm not murdering their kids. I just wear t-shirts about wanting to murder their kids.
But now you're not gonna fuck with those people. There we go.
I don't actually wear t-shirts that say I want to murder kids. It just says La Llorona is my homegirl, which is essentially the same thing.
You should get a shirt that says "I want to murder kids," though.
Oh my god, you should wear it to
I
Planned
want-
Parenthood.
I would want it to be like bright pink and like sparkly letters, like all gold,
Yeah.
you know, just like I want to murder kids, and like a really like make it look like a really bad Ross t-shirt, you know, like
I want one that says that, but in like the metal writing.
that's predictable. You have to make and mix it up and make
Fair
it
enough.
fancy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You should only wear it when you have your daughter.
You should have.
Oh my
you
god.
should have both shirts, just depending on what mood you're in. It's like, am I gonna kill kids for fun today? Like, is that how much fun I'm having? Or am I trying to get down to business and kill these kids?
Positive about this, or is it just
You need both. You need both t-shirts.
I'm into it.
Oh Jesus! What time is it? I'm sorry.
It's 5:34.
Okay. I've got like 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah, I got like 10 minutes before I gotta go.
Okay. What are you doing after podcasting?
Therapy.
Oh, that makes sense. That's
Just put it on mute, bro.
Oh my god, I haven't hit the podcast.
Dude, that is against so many laws.
I know.
we could put like
We
a
could
voice
discuss
like
what
a
they're
voice
discussing.
disorder
That's
on
true.
it.
I literally could just have one earphone in.
Oh, that's fair.
And just be like, okay.
Yeah.
You think that would
Or
work?
you could
You
put
would be
it
a
up
great
to the
asset
mic.
to the podcast at that point.
Just literally sitting back. No, honestly, most of the time I could probably just fuck off. I don't, because a lot of the time
You're there for a reason.
I'm actually trying to like figure shit out. Every once in a while I'll check out and I'm like, whatever. But everybody has those days. But no, it would be just so easy to fuck off that entire class. And just put it on mute and just fucking play video games or play on my phone or whatever.
Or do a podcast.
Or do a podcast. That's how easy it would be. I could do a fucking podcast and still be in group therapy.
Podcasts are hard work, don't you know?
I feel like this is like a warm up for group therapy. We usually talk about some real ass shit.
Yeah.
Like the last couple weeks we've been getting a little deep.
I'm all loosened up. I'm gonna murder in group tonight.
Wait, the same murder as you do with children, or?
No, comedy murder.
Okay.
I'm gonna do.
Adrian doesn't murder
I'm gonna
kids. He
commit
creates
comedy
them.
murder.
Do you ever sling jokes at group?
Every once in a while, I'll run a premise by them.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'll try to like sneak it into my like weekly check-in.
Gotcha. Dude, that's fucking awesome.
No, it seriously gives me practice for trying to make my jokes more conversational.
Is this
trying to
free?
Sneak them in. I mean,
there's probably free options.
probation pays for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he's
that's
got
pretty
that
cool.
fancy court-ordered group therapy.
Yeah,
dude.
No, it's great. No,
All they ever told me to do was AA classes.
no, this one's a lot better, a lot less.
People dying.
Yeah,
AA's dark.
yeah. This is more about just being like, all right, you're not too far gone. Let's just try to catch you before then. Here's some things you need to know.
Has anybody actually said that to you?
No, but that is kind of like
What's the vibe?
the more of the vibe is like, listen, we're gonna give you these tools so that shit doesn't get out of hand, so you don't get another fucking DUI. Like, if it at the very, like she said, like at the very least, I wish everybody would stay sober, but at the very least, I don't want anybody else to get another DUI.
That's cool.
So like yeah, she really fucking tries.
Sounds like a positive program.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she still has like things that you can sign up for, even if it's not like court ordered.
Yeah, my girlfriend's
good
been
stuff.
telling me I need therapy for a while now.
Yeah. Therapy is good for everybody.
Who has the time? You know what I mean?
Man,
You do,
when you can
probably.
when you can do it on Zoom, like
Yeah, I could be growing weed.
yeah,
Fucking,
you could be doing a podcast.
that's good news.
That is a new spin-off series. It's the deep cuts with Brian Nystrom.
It would be a great way to get topics, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, we'll put it on Patreon. We'll make it our first
my
Patreon series
God.
where you start going to therapy, but you record the entire thing.
No, that's what I thought we were
I
doing
thought it
this
was
whole
illegal.
time. Yeah, I thought that's what the podcast was.
I mean, yes, that's what the podcast is, but not with like an actual therapist.
Oh, but if it's just me and a therapist, I
Yeah,
could totally record
literally
that.
just you and the therapist and recording it, because you can release your own like medical
Therapy.
shit.
Yeah, dude, that's
That'd be pretty deep.
some deep cuts, dog.
People would have to pay money for it.
For sure.
They would pretty much have to pay for your therapy.
It's like, get better by listening to me.
This is my licensed therapist.
Introduce yourself, goddammit.
Oh, that's what we'll call it. We'll call it. Hi, my name is Brian Nystrom, and this is my licensed therapist.
It's a long name.
Short and catchy.
Who are we? Panic at the Disco in 2006? What a fucking
Oh,
niche
man.
joke, but I hope I'm glad that you guys.
Yeah, I heard of them.
I know Brian's
I've
like,
heard that name.
I heard a song that I'm very...
They were a band, an emo band back in the day who
Right.
were known for having just really stupidly long song names. Like I Write Sins Not Tragedies, which is the one about closing the goddamn door.
Close that goddamn door.
Well, and talking about like the bride was a whore.
Haven't you people?
Closing the goddamn
When did you guys
door
start
now.
speaking Spanish? Because
What?
I lost you.
Okay. What did you listen to
Yo
during the
soy
emo
Dora.
era? Like, because clearly you
Worship
weren't an emo
songs,
and we all were.
No.
So I'm like sitting here
I
and
didn't
like,
discover
what
them
did
till
the...
college.
I think you're having two different conversations.
All right, you guys. Hey, I gotta go.
All right,
Bye.
Love you, Jadrian.
We'll miss you.
take off your headphones. Okay, be safe, jodido.
Bye.
But I didn't get to listen to them in 2006.
No. I always forget that. I don't forget, but I have moments where I just am like, right, Shelby doesn't know the same pop culture shit that I do.
I do because I studied hard.
Yes. But
Why?
Why? Because
Where were you?
I was homeschooled,
Oh, weird.
like super sheltered. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, she had a like super religious mom, and
Yeah, that was spicy.
I feel like that makes hacky jokes work better on you. That like kids heard forever, but you may have not been introduced to some of these premises.
Yeah.
I think that makes you a better comedy fan.
I had
If
to
you're
explain the
homeschooled.
game to her.
It's like
the
you're
other
seeing
day.
colors for the
I
first
still
time.
don't get it.
You're not really supposed to get it. I don't know. You played the game, right?
What's the game?
The one where it's the game where if you think about it, you lose. And if you lose, you have to say, I just lost the game. So anytime you think about the game, you say, I lost the game.
Oh,
Yeah. It was some shit that we played in school as kids. And I learned
kids had too much time on their hands. I was just at school thinking about working.
Jesus.
What?
Uh-huh.
Working on what?
Fucking, there's always work to do, Shelby.
No, okay.
So you were like an old man when you were just 6 years old, like going to
Yeah, I didn't
fucking
want to
first
be.
grade, just...
I didn't choose
No
the
one
redneck life.
remembers first grade.
I was actually homeschooled during that era, so I don't...
That explains a lot.
I was homeschooled for 2 years, and it wasn't like out of religious reasons. It was because my mom was like, the public school system here is shit, and you're not learning very much, and I think that you guys are more, like, you know, talented
Yeah, we can
than
teach
that.
you how to read and write.
Yeah, well, I
Nice.
already knew how. So, like, when I was in kindergarten, I was the first person in my class to learn how to read. And it was a big fucking ordeal, and my mom wanted me in gifted programs pretty early on, but they were always just like, we don't know. And so she was like, fuck it, I'm going to pull my kids out of school and teach them my own curriculum, because I think they're smart enough to be learning these bigger things that the, like, grades aren't teaching.
That's a cool move.
Yeah,
Cool
and
mom move.
it was cool until I went back to public school and started relearning a bunch of shit that I already knew, and so I just stopped caring
You were too
after
far
like
ahead.
by the end of the 5th grade, I was just like, what's the point anymore? Because giving a shit is not getting me very far. Like when I was in the 5th grade, I had a teacher who wouldn't let me pass a grade into the 6th grade where I was actually like kind of struggling with some of the work. And so she was just like, I don't think you're ready for that. And I was like, but I'm doing some of the 6th grade work and like doing well enough that like I should be here. And she just personally didn't like me because I've always been a little bit of an edgy kid, and also I don't like to shut the fuck up. Yeah, I know. So, you know, I had a lot of teachers that were like, because I don't like the way that you look, I'm just not gonna give you the time of day to like
Did you dress like this at school?
What? That's allowed?
um
I don't think that's allowed.
Well, obviously.
I,
Not like
I-
this.
at my second high school, I wore some pretty scandalous outfits, and I definitely would get in trouble for it. They loved dress coding me, and I was just like, what are you going to make me do? Go home? Because my house is like 20 minutes from here, so...
They didn't have like the shirt of shame.
I went to really small, like...
Yeah, I'm
hippie
from
schools.
Ignacio. There's 27 kids.
You're from Ignacio?
Yeah.
Jesus.
How did you not know that? That's why I was at the powwow
know
last
what?
and Jadrian wasn't.
I...
Wasn't missing out on fry bread.
Fry bread is good. I grew up very close to the res myself. A lot of fry bread. At high school football games and shit. Fucking fry bread.
Yeah,
I never
that's
got
how
it
it was
at
in
the
Taos,
games.
too.
But I was in marching band.
Because
That was
Ignacio's
cool.
whack, son.
It's cool.
Marching band. I was in marching band.
What'd you play?
Trumpet.
I played the baritone sax. Could have beat you up with my instrument.
I tried
mean-
to take band.
I just played the biggest thing I could buy. It was bigger than me until my senior year.
Nice.
I need pictures of that immediately, please.
I think I actually have a picture from my senior year of me holding it, and I wonder if I can pull that up
Oh my
in the
god.
archives of my old Facebook page.
Well, actually, kids, I need to shower.
Okay.
That's a lot of information.
Is
Thanks.
Yeah.
I am gonna be naked, yes. But I didn't say that. I wasn't like, all right, I gotta take off my clothes and wash myself in warm water. I wasn't a dick about it. I was like, I got to take a shower. I feel like that's pretty normal to say. Are you coming to the mic?
Yes. I promised Jill that I would be at this mic, even though
You're doing 30 minutes next Tuesday.
I know.
Or Monday.
It's
next
not
Monday.
next Monday. It's the Monday after.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I've
Word.
got 2 weeks to go.
Well, you're still doing 30 minutes, so
Yeah.
fucking get your shit together.
I know. I'm working on it.
All right. I just need comics.
I tried new stuff last night, and then I was like, okay, from here on out, I need to start like working on my big 30. But
Well, that new stuff is going to be part of your 30.
yeah.
And I'm hosting tonight.
Yeah.
I'll bite the bullet, and then you can fucking have an attentive crowd.
Yeah, I'm excited. Did I tell you like what my plan is for this 30? So Jadrian and I have been good friends for a long time, and I've told him like every single one of my like stories from growing up that I've wanted to work into bits but never have because it's really personal. And I'm finally just gonna do it and like talk about my family and tell some jokes about my dad again, because those actually did well. I just stopped because felt like it made people uncomfortable, but I feel like I've gotten to a point as a comic now where I know how to make things funny and not depressing.
You can try.
Huh?
You could always try.
Yep. Anyway.
I feel that way about myself sometimes, and then every time I think that, I just do exactly what I said I don't do. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like every time I'm like, I got a good judge. I'm good at crowd work, and I just eat dicks.
Yeah.
Especially hosting. You're a host. It is a thankless job. Usually you don't have people's attention. They're finishing up, by the third comic in, everybody's like, oh, this is a fucking comedy show. They've kind of wrapped up your shit. But when the host goes up, you're fucking wrangling cats. And it is not easy or fun sometimes.
No. And this is why I need to start going to the 11th Street mic more, because I
Every
only
week
ever
you
do
should.
hosting sets, and it makes me feel so shitty
No, you
about
can't
myself
do
as a
just
comic.
hosting sets.
Yeah.
You'll lose your goddamn mind.
Yeah, and I have been a little bit. And I'm
Ask
like,
Dave.
I'm not funny anymore. And then I'm like, that's not necessarily true. I literally just don't have the fucking crowd, And I would know if I'm, actually bombing, if I, was able to do sets just as a comic.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, so.
Just
Because I'm an old lady doesn't mean that I can't make it to mics now. I have to
Old
figure
ladies
out.
don't dress
I'm
like
older than
that.
you.
They don't.
I saw a Queer Eye episode about a lady who dressed like this.
Oh, I've known some old ladies that dress like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever been to Florida?
Yeah. I was in like the nice.
Have you ever been on
person.
TikTok?
Yeah.
I see a lot of like badass goth grandmas
yeah,
and
but
like
they're not old. They're like.
I see
They're so youthful.
or like what
I think
about
you're only an
Batty
old lady.
Winkle?
Oh yeah. No.
She's like 70 and she wears
Okay,
like
she
tiny little like
is
fucking
21
like
in her heart though, so she's not old. That's
Yeah,
how
you're
that
just
works.
too nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You
that's
can't
what
call
I'm
yourself an old lady.
You
I'm
don't
not
even
sure.
you don't see age, Shelby?
No, I do, and I learned that on TikTok this morning with the husband thing, because I only picked the old men.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, you're into old dudes?
I didn't know it until TikTok apparently, but I guess
Well, that's
Who
what
knew?
TikTok's here for.
Keanu
Well,
Reeves.
and
I
I
knew that,
learned
but
the
Well, Keanu Reeves
opposite.
is a dime. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody knows it. He's looked the same since fucking 20 years ago.
yeah, but
Yeah.
before that it was some random gray-haired guy because he was the only interesting looking
I picked Ryan Reynolds.
I picked
because
him too.
I picked him over Keanu Reeves though.
Ew.
It was a dumb TikTok filter, but
I have no idea what you're talking about.
that's okay. That's okay. It was
Okay.
picking our dream celebrity husbands, and
Mhm.
obviously I would go for Ryan Reynolds
I'd probably
because
take Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, he's handsome, he's funny as shit, and like he's very chill. There's something
I want
about
his
Ryan
wife.
Reynolds. I also want his wife. Yeah,
I don't know who it is, but I probably
Blake
do.
Blake
Lively.
Lively.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
She's a pretty attractive lady.
Yep. I think I would be happy marrying both of them and just getting into a nice like situation. Oh, but they have kids.
So I would be better.
Yeah, you would be better
Mhm.
suited because you could take care of their children for them.
You
I
could
don't.
probably find a way to work your way into a nanny
Mhm.
position.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to do that because I don't like kids.
Yeah, definitely you, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
That's
talking about murdering kids earlier in this episode. So
Nobody's
maybe,
gonna leave their kids with you.
I would leave my kids with you if I didn't like them.
That's okay. I was about to be like, that is deeply irresponsible. No, I'm actually surprisingly good with kids. I just don't enjoy them. You know, like I treat them like tiny little humans that deserve love and attention and respect because they are. But at the end of the day, like if I could choose between
them and video games.
Here's, you know what, like I would rather hang out with somebody's like really obnoxious, loud barking dog than a child, because children are like sticky and messy and loud and they ask too many questions and you can't make them go away when you want them to.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I still wouldn't love to hang out with somebody's loud, obnoxious barking dog either, so that's a thing.
Dogs usually shut up when you touch them.
That's fair.
And nobody expects you to let dogs touch your face. Whereas babies, you gotta
And
let
they
them touch
have
your face.
Claws, man. Like those little tiny nails are sharp.
Yeah, nobody puts a lot of faith in me with their kids, luckily. They're like, oh, you're a 31-year-old dude with no kids.
People do not put faith in me with their kids either. It's really nice, like, looking the way that I do, because people don't ask me, like, oh, hey, Emma, when are you going to have kids? It, like, never happens.
Does
They're
anybody
like,
ever
please.
ask you to help them move?
Yeah.
Because that's what people ask me to do, and I look like this.
That's because you have a
Callie
truck.
bought a truck.
Yeah. Bradley
And
has a truck.
She was like, come look at my truck. And I went and looked at it. I was like, nice. And she was like, I'll never fucking ask you to help me move again. I was like, my bad. It's like, it was a joke, Callie. Goddamn.
Okay. Should we let you get sudsy now?
Yeah, talk about, see, you're more graphic than me.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to take a shower. And she's like, that's too much. Get sudsy.
What do you want to promote?
Oh, so February.
It's my birthday again. Yay.
April 22nd.
April 22nd, we are doing a show in Farmington with Panic Spectrum. They are a drag company out of Durango/Farmington area. They consist of Cookie Stirwell, Aluna Del Rey, and Electrify, and Vivica Validation.
Drag queens.
All drag queens. We are collectively throwing a comedy/drag 420 show down in Farmington. I'm bringing Brian with me because we love Brian and he's very funny and he loves drag queens, and
I do like drag queens.
yeah, it's a 420 show.
We're very
and
open people.
Yeah.
And I share far too much.
Yeah.
I need open-minded motherfuckers around me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, Cookie definitely shares a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, bombed hard last night.
It was a hard time for a couple of us, at least. The very beginning was like, well, actually, no.
Jason fucking crushed.
Jason did really well. I'm proud of him because, like, he had been, walking crowds for a couple of weeks there.
Usually walks a few people.
Yeah, he makes people uncomfortable. But, like, lately he's actually been drawing people in off the street because I always pay attention to that, you know? And so he did pull in, like, 2 people last night. I was like, good for Jason, because, you know, it's nice to see when people kind of flip that switch and they're like, oh, this is how I can change my delivery or whatever. Like, he's just seemed more positive and friendly and inviting his last couple of sets versus, like, his intimidating, big, scary guy.
Yeah, he needs to quit his job.
Yeah, he does.
I feel like he's got a lot of anger in him.
Yeah.
But it's like, he pays me too good.
I feel that.
I'm going to try to hire Jason in like 6 months.
Yeah. I feel for my friends who, like, tolerate shitty jobs because they pay
Thanks.
them lots of money.
I'll do anything for money.
Enough
of it.
I just
get that.
can't. I honestly am much happier, I think.
I'm much happier
Struggling.
with the 401k.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, I've always been on the life is long. I'm going to figure out how to make money one day. I'm not going to waste it.
Yeah.
Or life is short. You know what I mean? Like, I do not tolerate too much shit. Like, when
Me
I
neither.
really need money and I got bills and shit, I can grind for 6 months, a year. And then after that, I'm just like, I'm good.
Yep.
Fuck this job.
I'm kind of the same way. And also, I mean, like, I can stay at a place for a really long time if I feel happy there, but it's just been a while since that's happened. So I will leave a place when I'm like, okay, you guys are fucking me over. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I'd much rather, like, work a shittier job because I'm allowed to look and act like myself versus work a nicer job where I make more money, but I have to cover up all of my tattoos and do my makeup different and have a completely different wardrobe to work in because that's what they ask of me, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer. What else? When are you doing your 30?
So I'm doing a headlining set at the Starlight Lounge on April 25th. I'm really excited about that one. I actually just got my poster today, and it's adorable. So shout out to Jill Carlson for making that. So I'm doing a 30-minute set at the Starlight. We're, of course, doing the open mic beforehand, and then Jill Carlson is going to be hosting that show, and Bailey Carlson is going to be opening for me, and I didn't even realize that I have 2 Carlsons on the lineup who are not even related, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'll have to explain that, maybe?
I wouldn't.
I would just
Yeah.
say that they're related. It'd be funnier.
Hey, that's my brother. You don't fucking
They
pawn
are
off
twins.
my family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
want to get
then-
Bailey back on soon.
Yeah, and then the next headliner that we have in May is going to be Elliot Weber from Dead Room Comedy. I'm excited for that one.
Did you just point to a naked man?
That's Elliot Weber.
That's
Oh.
Elliot Weber.
I don't think I've seen
That's his ass. Yep.
him. Well, now I've seen all of them.
He has a donkey tattooed on his ass.
Oh,
he has an ass
I
on his
can't
ass.
see it that well. My contacts are very expired.
That's why I explained it to
Thank
you.
you.
You were looking at it like,
I was like, I think they're naked.
yeah, that's Elliot. All right, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
I have to pee.
Thanks for coming on.
Yep.
Shout out to Dead Room Comedy for sponsoring this podcast. That's why his ass is on the wall, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
We love you. See you next week.
Bye.
Everything with cream cheese, orange juice, break fast. I'm out the door to get the dough, speaking to the masses. Hit the road to do a show, microphone madness. Trip easy, cheap sunglasses, straight passion. My third eye active, watching backpacks lead the show, beeping that shit vocally. Hearing me locally, lyrically, know what I'm supposed to be, and I don't got no fear of it. I'm coming for your brain, homie, coming at you spiritually. Stepped into the game, and I knew that flow was slippery, but check my flow though. Turn the whack news to history. Let them do they thing, instead I put them out they misery. And simply put, just got disconnected. Like my boy Big Money, man, this can't be neglected. Grab the mic and check it, coming up in your direction. Gift that I've been blessed with, this hustle is respected. And directives, poetic mind on the set list. Got the groove to match, everybody step with. Still haven't fulfilled the whole vision yet. Life right now still so picturesque. I'm rocking every stage until I get a bigger check. Even though I hate money, ready for a bigger step. Pull the trigger next. Somebody coming at your neck. I could've died today. That's why I'm smoking cigarettes and got precision set of skills. And imagination, creations, innovating with motivation. I'm chasing my goals. Giants that I be racing. I'ma stride through the finish like a 6'5" Jamaican. Beating my chest like, yeah, what my name is. Ink on my chest, what my homie spray painting. Summer day, smoke, skate, PlayStation. He looking down on me and I can't stay patient. I ain't just trying to say shit. Sit back and face this. Real time, I've been smoking instrumental playlist. Chill in the cut. Now these small places, I ain't getting love now, man. Fuck being famous, yeah, they tell me it's really hard to make it. They don't understand I love being underestimated. Second guess it and I'll take it that you're undereducated. Anyway, this got me thinking about them old records playing. Why? It's filled with soul and it fills my mind. Tail feather shaking while the rhythm takes flight. What I'm doing wrong, I ain't gonna fake right. I don't get no sleep because the music takes night. Nocturnal life with my basement lights. Just roll some nice, keep my drink on ice. If you don't get it once and you don't hear it twice, moving on this beat right here is out of sight. I'ma stay away. Stay away. Lie. It's a long day, wake up. Let the sun hit your ass. It's a long day, wake up. Let the sun hit your ass.